I am so glad to be here with you. I'll just take a minute to introduce myself to you in case we haven't already met. I'm Corinna, and I've been living, walking, breathing, teaching, and carrying on the wise woman tradition for over 30 years. I've been teaching women, women's health, herbal medicine for women, the wise woman ways, self-love for 30 years. I ran Red Moon Herbs for 20 years, making medicines from fresh local plants for women's health. And I ran the Southeast Wise Women Herbal Conference for 15 years, also founded that and directed that, the largest herbal conference that I know of. So after many years of making and teaching herbal medicine for women's health, it dawned on me that I needed a medicine kit for the mind, heart, and soul. And blessed be, that medicine kit came through me through some deep and difficult times to explore my unanswered questions, like, what does the nitty-gritty of self-love really look like? Why do I find myself in the same relationship dynamics again and again? How were my beliefs formed, and how do I update them in a happy, healthy way? And as I began working with these tools and mapping out what was going on inside, I called it my process of getting unconfused, which I was and still am over the moon about. Can you imagine having the clarity and confidence to make decisions knowing what's healthy for your heart and soul? When you truly understand your internal landscape, you can access your inner guidance and innate discernment to make choices that reflect and support the truth of who you are. So I'm going to take a moment to orient us to the bigger picture of self-healing with what I see as the 5 essentials of healing, of holistic health, of self-healing. We tend to think of primarily the physical when we look at healing and self-healing, and I want to bring our attention and remind us that the inner and the outer are very much linked. So I see it on a spiral. So if you can envision a spiral with, I have on the outside exercise and movement and musculoskeletal. So that's often the focus in these times. You know, if you've got the exercise down, then you should be healthy. It's also complicated for us as women, especially due to all the societal messages about our bodies. And while it's totally true that exercise and movement are one of the essentials, so also is the second, rest and down regulation. So that's that dark moon time, that night time, the winter time. We need our sleep and our rest. Next time you need to give yourself permission to take that quiet time for yourself. Remember that mammals spend the vast majority of their time resting and playing. Like, watch your cat. Okay, the third essential of healing, physical nourishment, herbs, nourishing foods, totally all about this. Many of you specialize in this, as I do. And yet there's 2 more. So healthy relationships. Feminists of my mother's generation recognized relational psychology and what a profound impact, positive and negative, our relationships can have on our health, emotionally, mentally, and physically. At the center of the spiral, so continuing on here, from which all the others will organically emerge, is your inner work. So that would be reconnecting with your own heart, your own needs, your guidance, and that's what we'll be focusing on as we continue here a little bit more today. Okay, so just to recap, those 5 essentials are exercise and movement, rest and down regulation, physical nourishment, herbs and food. Actually, I'll include a link in the episode. You can hop over to my website and check out Corinna's online guide to Wise Women Herbal Medicines. It's a blog article that you'll love. Okay, so the 4th is healthy relationships, and the 5th, on the center of the spiral, is your inner work. And I'm going to talk a little bit today about your relationship with your internal landscape in terms of your needs. So to find your way home to yourself, the first thing is to tune into your needs to guide your way. As women, we're taught to disconnect from our needs. And I know this probably sounds scary. And you're thinking it would be selfish to focus on my own needs. We'll get back to that in just a minute. Hear me out, because actually that ain't true, and we're going to bust that myth that self-love is selfish. So tuning into your own needs is the is to unlearn the fundamental disconnect that we are taught in modern society from your own needs and your own guidance. Many, especially as women, we are taught to disconnect from our needs. We often are exhausted by work or caring for others. You might feel like you're just going through the motions, trying to make it through the day as you juggle the challenges of day-to-day life. It's easy to get disconnected from yourself and distracted by everything and everyone calling out for your attention. So relearning the connection with your basic human needs, your own basic human needs, gives language and allows you to hear your inner voice rather than just the clamor of all the voices around you. So like my student Tora says, through tuning into my own needs, I gained language for things I felt but didn't have words for. I used to just feel bad, but I didn't know why, is what she wrote. Without being able to name what wasn't working, I could not shift to something that worked for me. To be able to have a different internal dialogue is so impactful as an everyday practice. And she also says her relationship skills improved tremendously, as well as her career as an artist. So what are our needs? Let's take a look at our needs from a fresh perspective. So I have regrouped the needs that have been identified through psychology, through nonviolent communication, into a system based in, you're going to love this, the natural cycles of the seasons and the moons. So this is a way of grouping needs based in an earth-based, woman-centered lens. So it starts at the bottom, lining up with winter solstice and the dark moon. And so as we go around, it starts with rest, and then safety, respect at the half moon, which is also spring equinox, valuing contribution at the full moon, love, clarity at the autumn equinox, divine at Samhain time, and then back to rest with the winter solstice. And so this is understanding that we are going through these natural cycles, have all these needs all of the time. It's a way of grouping them, and also seeing that we go through that cycle of needing the rest and the downtime every night. In the wise woman tradition, we honor the spiral of darkness and light. So we honor that we go through that in the dark time of the night, and of the moon cycle, of the cycle of the moon, and of the cycle of the year and the seasons, just like the plants, sending our energy down below the ground. Okay, so I promised we were going to get back to busting that myth about self-love being selfish, and the myth that if you tune into your needs, it's going to be all about you. And you shouldn't do that because it's selfish, right? I'm sure you have that voice coming up. So when we look at that full moon, the need at the top, and remembering that the groups of needs in there are all about contribution, self-expression, communication, participation. So the need to contribute to the well-being of others is actually, in NVC, nonviolent communication, considered to be one of the most important human needs. So that means that when our needs down in the rest, safety, respect, and valuing in that waxing moon, those first phases are met, then we can contribute from a place where our cup flows over, rather than a place of depletion. And you will naturally want to contribute to the world. Like, I'm sure that take a moment to ask yourself, if you were fully replenished and your cup was flowing over, what would you love to contribute to the world? Because I know it's in there, if not already out there. So your needs provide an internal compass. Of course, they're not all going to be met. We mourn our unmet needs and savor our met needs. And then also look at strategies for meeting our needs. So my invitation is to honor your needs, to trust that as you're compassionate with yourself, you'll be compassionate with others. It's so important for us to overcome the disconnect from our own needs that tricks us into disconnecting from yourself and your built-in source of intuition, wisdom, and guidance. Another student quote is Donna. She wrote, "Before I was in a state of panic, helplessness, and hopelessness. I felt like I couldn't hear my own voice anymore. The situation was so loud that it completely drowned me out. Connecting with my own needs," Donna wrote, "helped me to hear my own voice. More than that, it gave my own voice validity to trust myself." Yeah. So if you want to grab your own copy of my beloved Wise Woman Needs Wheel, feel free to follow the link in this podcast. It's at corinnawood.com/Wise Woman Needs Wheel with hyphens in between. The Needs Wheel is a free resource. It's in a free worksheet. The title of the worksheet you'll see is "It's Your Time Now." And while you're there, you could also keep an eye out for my new quiz on what's your self-healing strength? What's your strength for self-healing? So I also teach programs where you can study with me from home on the Wise Woman Map of Life and Love and the Year's Spiral. So take a look at those while you're there. The Year's Spiral enrollment doors will be open for just the first week of February at Imbolc before this year-long course of study begins. So it's a unique approach to the Wheel of the Year. The Year Spiral is for women who want to walk a healing path through the natural cycles and seasons of the year, exploring how the outward seasons can reflect and support your inward psyche. It's based in the cycles of nature, like we've been talking about today, and innate psychology. The year-long program is all about you and exploring your inner world. Each of the 8 seasons along the journey are the equinoxes and solstices and the midway points in between. And so at each of those 8 stops around the year, seasons around the year, we'll be engaging the energy of the season for healing and self-discovery, working with a seasonal herbal ally, a seasonal ritual for embodying heart and soul healing, and a corresponding module diving deeper into the Wise Woman Map of Life and Love content, because it's like there's a course within a course. So again, at Imbolc, February 1st, the doors will open briefly for enrollment in this year-long course of study. So I invite you to journey with us from the vulnerability of Imbolc in the late winter season to the emotional stirring of spring equinox, the fullness of summer solstice, the clarity and wisdom that we seek at fall equinox, and then back to the roots of rest and renewal in winter. You'll emerge a woman wise in the ways of the seasons and grounded in your own clarity and power. I hear it over and over from my students. So thank you so much for listening. In any case, come connect over at my website, corinnawood.com, 1 R and 2 N's, CORINNA wood.com, for your free Wise Woman Needs Wheel. Thank you so much for being here. Green blessings. Bye-bye.